serveras sådär.
It's really so hard to find the lights here. It's so dark. Woo.
Hello.
Ah! You thought that was the ghost? Very nice, thank you. You thought that was the ghost of the place and so on, yeah? No, I'm just me. It's just me, Raimundo, the manager of this place. The crazy man is arranging all this every Thursday. So, to be honest, I just start with this little joke to give you some little information about the place where you are. I know that mainly step in this place is usually asking himself, wow, what is this? Wow. And when you turn your head, you will see me and her. You think, why they're dressed like that? So, first of all, let's say that we are dressed like this because, you know, I'm really a history lover. So I used to study the place where I am. Of course, if I am in a touristic village, I can say that they built it 10 years ago and then not that much history. But I feel really proud and lucky to work in a place like this. But that by the books, by the only written document that I found in the Archbishop of Trento Library, is being founded in the 1127 by the owner of this place, Fra Domenico de Marchi da Pizzano in Vermiglio, a little village close to Vermiglio. He was the owner of this land, no family, no son, daughters, nothing. So he decided to gift in his will this place and all the lands around to a group of friends, monks also, to start such a kind of business. So he asked in his will to preserve this place as a kind of welcoming place for the people, as a kind of a hostel of the past. That's the reason why of the name, Hospitalis Sancti Bartolomei et Tomasi. So long, but important because hospitalis in Latin had a double meaning. Hospitalis as a hospital, as we mean today also, and the hospitalitas is the base of the word hospitalitas. Then is the reason why we are dressed like that. But where you are, that's the second question. Where you are in the former stables of the hospitales. So in a kind of restaurant for animals of the past. That now is being upgraded, of course, also for you. And now we have the tables, now we have the chairs, we give you the dishes and so on. At that time it was not so comfortable, let's say. But let's think. Stables, 2,000 meters. Built, this place is being built out or close to a Roman road of the 1st century before Christ. The path we have outside here is going from Salzburg to Genoa. It's one of the 12 salt roads of Europe. The Romans built this road to go in Pannonia with 7 legions under the command of General Druso, general of Tiberius, the emperor. Then they passed here building the road, going to control and calm down an army riot in Pannonia. Today we call it Austria. And Salzburg was so important because it was the place to preserve from the attack of the army. But again, why a so huge place here? By what we know is that at the time of this, let's say, conquer, this fight between Druso and the army in Pannonia, this place was the border of the Roman Empire. And that's the reason why at that time there were a castrum tonalis in Passo Tonale. Castrum tonalis means the castle of Passo Tonale. But we don't have any of it. We don't have any ruin around. We don't have anything else. The others that you see all over have been built in the 1970. So this place has the first written document in the 1127. And in the Archbishop of Trento library you already find documents saying that in 900, so 200 years before, the pilgrims had the possibility, have been invited by the Archbishop of Trento to pass from Passo Tonale because they can find a place loco et foco. In Latin means place with fire to rest and to eat something. Then, but as they did with many countries and many cultures, together with all along with a Greek culture and with other cultures of Italy, they put it in their culture what they learned by these people. And pulsa was the name that the Etruscans was giving to this kind of mashed flour that was made of chickpeas, spelt, barley, beans, peas, of course, any kind of a fruit of the mother earth that can be smashed, obtaining flour. Easy. So, from that moment, they had the possibility to feed an army, because they gave to the Roman army this food. And still today, we keep on eating that kind of food. Because all over the world, if you are poor, you eat manioca, you eat tapioca. In the Middle East, they eat chickpeas mashed flour that they call hummus. We still eat something that is coming from America, like potatoes, tomatoes. Yeah, we don't mash it. But yeah, we do. But it's not really a polenta, it's the sauce, tomato sauce. And the corn. That's the reason why it's so common now, corn, polenta. But originally it was made mainly with spelt and barley. So, of course, also mashed potatoes is a kind of polenta, to be honest. So, as you see, we are eating every day still in the mountains because of the lack of connections with the flatlands. During the winter especially, we still had for centuries the same food that was in Europe at the Roman time. So that, for example, the orzotto, that sounds like risotto, we have it in our recipes. Orzotto, but is something made with spelt instead of rice, because we didn't use rice up to the 13th century. For example, all these kind of knödel, strangola preti, or the bagnotti you have eaten tonight, is just something that is very common in the mountains. Old bread, everything was old, was kept, never wasted, never given out. It was re-transformed thanks to Caterina, Giuseppina, Giovannina. These are the names of the cows of the house. They were like friends, you know, like sisters in the house. Nobody were thinking to kill them, because every day milk, butter, and cheese. So with these, mixing these with other elements, ingredients that you can preserve for days and days, then they had the possibility to prepare such kind of dishes. The last thing, just to be boring enough, it's about the meat. Tonight you have eaten something that is very common and famous all over the world, the Italian brasato, the braised meat. But to be honest, you know, this is a meat that we were preparing just because it was disgusting. The meat was preserved in the snow for months, then pre-cooked, very badly tasting, full of bacteria and so on. Of course, it was a very sick period, you know, and they were preparing it thanks to the second cooking, let's say, after the nature agents of the wine, so killing the bacteria by the alcohol, and spices. So spicy that today you don't eat it anymore like that, that the people didn't taste the disgusting original taste of the meat. So that's the reason why now braised meat is so famous and everybody is eating it very proudly, I mean, and easily. But at that time there is a reason why the meat was done in that way. Easy to speak about sacerdote. We didn't have any kind of dessert up here in the mountains, to be honest. So the best dessert in the end of the dinner was a cup of milk, and maybe, when we were lucky, some cookies by the grandma. That's all. So of course I had to ask, the last historical dish can be just from the by the Austrians that remained and ruled this land for about 250 years before the First World War, when they lost this land. And they, of course, brought us this very nice dessert that we transformed a little bit. We made it a little bit softer, not in the way it should be done, 2-3 days before and so on. We make it fresh, and we hope you like it anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are still awake. The two ladies are sleeping, so it's okay. You are sleeping already. Thank you very much for your attention. And I hope to see you again next year. I will tell you the same thing, the same exactly, so they know it, because they were here last year. So don't worry, I will try to change something, by the way.
No, it's okay.
Ciao, thank you very much. Ciao.